It has been more than 5,000 years that this pious land of India saw the real truth of Vedic Dharma. Our culture has been spoiled step by step in the last 5,000 years, and as a byproduct to spoil our religion, the present day religions are seen. Because Vedas do not belong to any religion, Vedas belong to human beings. It is given as a gift, as a blessing from Almighty God. Vedas do not confine itself to any particular sect, any particular caste or religion. This has to be very clearly understood. So, in order to spoil the Vedic Sanatan religion and in order to bring the selfish made or self made paths for personal gains, many people in the last 5,000 years have worked very hard to spoil this culture. So, and also for doing this, they wrote so many books which are again which were misinterpreting Vedas. They wrote Vedic commentaries wrongly against Vedas. As you know that Vedas are not books, Vedas are not to be studied in books. Vedas are called as Shruti. Vedas have to be listened from an enlightened master who has attained Samadhi, who has realized Almighty God, who has realized Vedas in Samadhi. But to the contrary, people started writing the commentaries of Vedas who do not have any knowledge about Vedas. And also the next step, they went and people started writing commentary about the history of India, who they do not know anything about history of India. And this is being practiced even today. Today morning I saw a video. I did not see the video, but I saw the heading of the video saying that this is not Kali Yuga, this is Dwapara Yuga. One self-made scientist saying that this is Dwapara Yuga. Everyone, they want to make money, they want to tamper our culture, they want to tamper the Vedic Sanatan Hindu Dharma. I call as Hindu, but Hindu is a religion, but I call as Hindu because Hindu is the only dharma or the religion which accepts Vedas or the sacred texts. But Hinduism also have lot of issues within them today because of the self-written books by human beings and not the books written by Rishi Munis. Okay, I will come to the in this video I will talk to you about 5 or 6 major lies which we have known from our childhood. We have seen in TV serials, we have heard from other people, we have heard from people of non-Hindu origin quoting these things to us, which is absolutely wrong, which is not correct. That's what I wanted to tell you in this small video. Point number 1, the biggest lie as per me, one of the biggest lies is Draupadi shared 5 husbands in Mahabharata time. This is an absolute ridiculous thought, and this has been written by, I don't know who has written this thought, but this happened for sure during the last, let's say, 1,000 years or 2,000 years only. Mahabharata happened before 5,000 years in Dwapara Yuga. Now we are in Kali Yuga, and as there was a book called Sanjeevani. And in this book, it has been very clearly written that King Bhoja, he says, during my father's reign, 25,000 shlokas have been added to Mahabharata. During my reign, another 20,000 have been added in Mahabharata. So he says that in his book that the original version had only 4,400 shlokas written by Vyasa, and another 5,600 shlokas have been added by the disciples of Vyasa under the instruction of Vyasa. So only 10,000 shlokas are valid and are verified as truth by Vyasa Muni. And if you read the original Mahabharata, it is very clearly mentioned that Draupadi married Yudhishthir and all the other brothers had their respective wives. It's very clearly mentioned. So the greatest lie as per me is to spoil our culture and to demean women is that Draupadi married 5 husbands. Number 1. And number 2, the ancient Aryans, they killed cow, they killed horse, they killed human beings and distributed the meat as a sacrifice in the yajna. This is another biggest lie to spoil our culture. As you know, I have made another video. Please see that video. 11 pillars of Sanatana Dharma. The first pillar of Sanatana Dharma is Ahimsa, non-violence. The basis in which God gave this knowledge to all the human beings itself is Ahimsa. Without ahimsa, without non-violence, we cannot attain God. And God is very clear in telling that everywhere He mentions the word advaraha in Vedas. Advara means there is no place of doing any himsa, any violence in the yajna or in the place where the Vedas are taught, or even you cannot do any himsa to any living creature in this world. That is what God is given instruction in the Vedas. So our ancestors killed cow, our ancestors killed a horse or human beings, and then gave this meat as a in the sacrifice, in the fire sacrifice, is an absolute false. This has been written by the other religions, the self-made religions. I don't want to name that. Those people wanted to destroy our culture, and because of that they translated the Ashwamedha Yajna as the killing of horse. Ashwamedha, Shatpatha Brahmana clarifies that Rashtram by Ashwamedha. The yajna done for the welfare of the nation by a king, learned king, is called Ashwamedha. So our ancestors never did this kind of activities, barbarous activities. Number 3, Aryans invaded our pious land India. I had made a specific video on this in Hindi and Tamil. I'm just trying to reiterate this in English as well. Aryans did not invade India. Aryans were native of India. Aryans lived in India and this is their own land. Aryan is not a name of a caste. Aryan is not a name of a religion. Arya, it's not Aryan actually. Arya means Arya Ishvara Putraha, and Arya means a noble person. And Arya is a term given to a person's character. Arya is not a caste. If I am doing every day 2 times worship of Almighty God as prescribed in Vedas by doing Homa, as prescribed in Vedas by serving my parents, as prescribed in Vedas by serving my learned Acharya, as prescribed in Vedas by doing name jap, as prescribed in Vedas by following all the pillars of Vedic Dharma, then I can myself call as Arya. So this is based on my character and it is not based on any caste or my father is an Arya so I become Arya, like that. It is not a caste. So Aryans cannot, a noble person can never invade any other country. So this is a basic logic, and Aryans did not invade India. So this is again another lie, because when Britishers, when Islam, the Mughals came into India, they wanted to separate us, they wanted to divide and rule. So they created division among us. Earlier by using Varnashrama Dharma, and then later on by creating this Aryan invasion theory. I saw a video by Jaggi Vasudev. He was also mentioning that 15,000 years back Aryans invaded India, as if he was there seeing that Aryans were invading India. He does not know anything about Mahabharata, Ramayana. He has not studied our ancient text. He has not studied Upanishad. And how can he make such a statement? It's very funny for me. And the point number 4 is Sri Krishna was an avatar who took birth in Dwapara Yuga, and people worship Sri Krishna even today. Sri Krishna is mentioned in Mahabharata by Vyas Muni, who saw Sri Krishna by his own eyes as a Bhagavan, as Yogeshwar. Bhagavan means one who has attained the wealth of Almighty God, one who has realized Almighty God. Sri Krishna is not an avatar of Almighty God. This is also another lie to spoil our Vedic culture. Today we see a lot of business going around with Sri Krishna temples and other activities related to Sri Krishna. But we have forgotten how Sri Krishna lived his life. We have to follow his footpath. Sri Krishna studied Vedas from his Guru Sandipan, and then Sri Krishna adopted Vedas in his life. We have forgotten that and we are trying to worship his idol. Is it going to get benefit to any of us? No, because Sri Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita very clearly that we have to follow the path of Vedas to realize Almighty God. And also the eternal knowledge of Vedas very clearly states that Shukram Akayam, God never takes birth, God does not have a body. Asnavirang, God does not have a nervous system. If anyone has a nervous system, then he cannot be God. So, and there is no avatar of God. Natasya Pratimasti, there is not possible that God can take an avatar. Avatar in Sanskrit means coming down. God is omnipresent in Vedas. God clearly says, I am everywhere in this universe. I am omnipresent. If I am omnipresent, then if God is omnipresent, He is already present inside the womb of the mother. So how can that the God already present there, how can it come down from somewhere else? This is all unscientific things which are which were propagated to spoil our Indian culture or Vedic Sanatan Dharma. The last one I will speak about today, about the greatest lie, is Sri Hanuman had a monkey face. Bali had a monkey face. Sugriv had a monkey face. This is also written by many selfish people in the last 1500 to 2500 years to spoil our culture, that our ancestors looked like monkeys, and in fact they had a monkey face. Valmiki Ramayana, I have the original text with me. The Valmiki Ramayana does not have any indication about mentioning Hanuman or Sugriva or Bali had a monkey face. In fact, they did not. They had a normal face like you and me. And I have already made another video, I think I made it in Hindi, that men did not evolve out of a monkey. I had mentioned about 10 or 11 proofs to prove that why I am very sure and why logically that monkey can never become a man. That was been proved in that. And Darwin had a theory. Theory is always can be right or wrong. Darwin had a proposal for evolution theory, in which one of the point he mentioned that men were evolved out of monkeys. That does not mean that Hanuman had a monkey face. Number one, the statement of Darwin is false. It is not logical. It is not scientific. The number two reason is the person who has seen Hanuman by his own eyes has not mentioned anything about that. So Hanuman did not had a monkey face. So these are some of the major lies which were written against our ancient Vedic Sanatan Dharma to spoil our religion, to spoil our Dharma. It's not a religion. Religion is always man-made. Dharma is created by Almighty God. So we have to be aware that what has gone wrong, when we have to understand our history very well. If you have to understand our history, you have to go and learn history from a Rishi Muni, not from a historian who will just read a book and then say that this is what would have happened. All Rishi Munis, they have their Tattva Jnanam. They have their own realization and they can see the past. They know very clearly what has happened, and all Rishi Munis have clearly understood the scripts written by the previous Rishi Munis. Like example, this Valmiki Ramayana I showed you had very clear information that there is no monkey-faced person that existed in Ramayana times, and Hanuman was not having a monkey face. So let us all try to join hands to revert back to Vedas. Please do subscribe my channel. I have been posting I think more than 250 videos I have posted so far in 3 languages. I would request you to see the videos, try to spread this knowledge among the people. Let us revert back to Vedas and make India the best country in the world. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.